Because of the pandemic, a lot of our favorite bars and restaurants have been temporarily shut, which makes us wonder if we'll be able to eat out again or if things are ever going to be the same. I'm Kanika Sharma from CurlyTales, and today joining me to answer these questions is Mr. A.D. Singh, the Managing Director of All Group of Restaurants. Well, hello, Mr. Singh. Thank you so much for joining us. So it's been a hard time for the whole restaurant industry. I mean, there have been major losses, and it is expected that almost about 20 lakh people could have possibly lost their jobs as well. What do you make a sense of the situations, and where do you think we are headed now?
So, Kanika, that's really the tough question. The restaurant industry itself employs about 70 lakh people, over 70 lakh directly. And our estimate is that about 2 times more indirectly, they're dependent on our business and their families are dependent upon them. So, shutting down like that, I'm sure it was necessary to curtail the spread of the coronavirus, but it was a huge impact on the working force, and our economy is crippled today. I'm on the committee of the National Restaurant Association of India, which is really the umbrella body representing us. And through the lockdown, we've been, of course, concerned about how restaurants will be able to survive this period. And we are sure maybe 30-40% will not be able to. And side by side, we've been very concerned about our employees. So I've actually been spending maybe a third of my time through the lockdown working with my colleagues, trying to reach the right ears to try and get support for the employees through this tough period.
Yes, indeed. You all are going through. There were cloud kitchens set up. There were community kitchens set up. They were doing their own bit in whatever way possible that they could help out people in so many ways, despite being so massively hit. And I think that is something which needs to be commended, which needs to be so absolutely proud of. I feel that.
Thank you, Kanika. It's true. I'm very proud of the initiative and efforts we've made. We could not have sat by and seen what was happening. I'd say our efforts, we probably fed, our target right now is feeding a 1 crore meals through the lockdown. We are a bit over 70 lakhs currently. The catering community helped a lot as well. We worked closely with government, who were very gratified to get the support, especially in the early days when they were grappling with the magnitude of the problem. And I'm also very proud of the restaurant community and the NRAI's efforts to put us all together and drive it.
We are proud too, Mr. Singh. I feel that rental must also be a cause of concern at this point of time.
So for sure, these are the two biggest causes of concern for all restaurants, their rentals and their employees, as we just spoke about. So in terms of landlords, yes, obviously landlords have their own financial pressures as well, but for the restaurants, it's a matter of survival. And without support from the landlords for a period of time till we can all get back on our feet, it is going to be very, very difficult for the restaurant community. I'm gratified that many of the landlords we've been speaking to certainly see that as well. And I think if you've been a good tenant, it is in everybody's long-term interest to make sure that you can survive, continue to be there, continue to be a good tenant to them. The honest truth is not every landlord, even of ours, is being accommodating. And so bottom line, we'll have to leave a couple of the jewels in our crown that we're doing well, that we're proud of. But if we can't work out a deal with the landlords, we have to go, as will much of our community have to go.
Currently, during this period, we saw a lot of restaurants getting very innovative in terms of home delivery also. Do you think restaurants will evolve to start developing their own digital platforms to start having a direct connect with their consumers?
So, Kanika, that's a rather hot button subject. When the aggregators started off, I was actually encouraging and very supportive because I could feel us working hand in hand for the future, and they would help drive traffic to the restaurants. Over time, unfortunately, the restaurant industry's view, and my view as well, has been that their model, their way of looking at their business, it's not a win-win for them and for us. They're not exactly the same model as the aggregators, but that is the direction that the restaurant industry is going to have to go. And I think that will be difficult for the aggregators in the long run. I'm hopeful because they're fully aware of what's happening.
What do you think the consumer pattern will be after the lockdown?
So there's no doubt that the virus has really scared everybody. There's no doubt about that. And I think today, even when the lockdown ends, people will be more cautious to go back to the habits that they had before, for sure.
When do you think, or how long do you think will it take for the restaurant industry to bounce back?
We're hopeful by this winter, by January, things should be reasonably close to where they were before, and business should be back, and restaurant survival should be back on track.
So, Mr. Singh, do you think that how a restaurant operates also is going to change? The whole concept of dining is also going to change.
I think the customer knows exactly what he wants, what he's looking for. We all appreciate that. It's a given now. So there's no question that the steps that we all have to take uh, to give the customers their safety, their comfort, with respect to the safety issues, will reduce the experience a bit. Being temperature checked when you come in, being a certain distance between tables, not being able to chat to your server. Um, so all these things definitely do make a level of difference. No bar nights, the Thursday night at the Olive in Bandra is legendary. It's been going on for over 19 years now, and people still look forward to it every. So it will be a tighter set of restaurants, which I think should help those that do everything right and are able to give the customers what they need. And that should help them survive even in the tight economic times that we are facing right now.
That sounds very bright. Well, thank you, Mr. Singh. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and it is so good to know that after a certain point of time we might be able to go out, if not dine the old way, but at least dine at some of our favorite restaurants in recent time to come.
Thank you, Kanik. It was my pleasure. All the best to all of you as well and all our viewers. Stay safe and see you soon.
Thank you, Mr. Singh.
Sure. Cheers.